video because I just got myself the Steam Deck thing I've been waiting for all of 22. I pre-ordered it last year. I've been waiting like all of 2022, and I finally got it. So in this video, I just want to kind of quickly go through my Steam library of visual novels and just see which ones just work out of the box. So no 18 plus patches, no extra thingies to install. I just want to see like what can work right out of the box. I'm just gonna like not spend more than a minute on each visual novel, and I just want to maybe just see if we can see the title screen, go through some text, and maybe check out the opening video if we want. All right, so for that, let's just get right onto it. So first we'll start with 9-9 episode 1. So most of these I preset the controls because I kind of messed with the Steam Deck a little bit. I only just got it last night, so. Okay, so it looks like 9-9 episode 1 working well so far. All right, yeah, looks like it looks pretty good here. So I'm just gonna go to the next one. Next we hit. Wait, did I exit out? Yeah. Next we're gonna do Adventure of a Lifetime. This was by Poltop and Moe novel. There's a little pop-up that shows up with every Moe novel Poltop release. Just click OK. I usually don't mess with any of these. You can edit settings in min-game anyway. Let's just get right into it. Alright, it's looking pretty good so far. Yep. Yeah, good enough for me. Alright, Baldr Sky. So this is an interesting one because Steam claims it's not supported, but it's a gameplay visual novel, and I would think that would make it easier to work with. And oh yeah, I forgot I have a cloud save on this one, so we should be seeing whatever the final title screen is when we get past the other. Oh, I had to click the. Huh. I thought I set up controls for this, but okay, weird. I was kind of hoping to see the gameplay, but I must have messed up something here. Wonder if this is what they mean by it's not working, because it looks like Giga has an official layout, but it's not working for some. That's kind of annoying. Oh well. Guess I can't just like gameplay like this. That's unfortunate. Maybe I have to do some configuring, but at least it's showing the story well. All right, next up, Cafe Stella, the latest Arrow game by Yuzusa. Obviously not counting Park Creek because that's all ages, but. Oh, looks like it's working just fine to me. Okay, showing a butterfly, it's making some noise. That's pretty good. Okay, showing some. I'm guessing this is like an auto read begin intro or whatever. It's working. All right, cool. Works for me. As I said, I don't want to spend too much time on each visual novel, so let's just keep going. Ooh, Clannad. This one says it's not supported, so that'll be interesting. I'm guessing it's because it's an old school visual novel, maybe? No. Okay. It seems like it's okay so far. Okay, that's true. Hey, wait, there's no music? Hold on, let's double check that just to make sure. Yeah, the music's basically on, so that sucks. That's very unfortunate since Clannad's kind of one of the most popular visual novels, especially since that an anime adaptation. But I guess we can just see, can it even play text? Okay, I'm guessing that's a text thing. What in the heck is going on here? Why is it all blue now? I'm guessing this is supposed to be like the way beginning of the but I don't know what this is weird. Oh well. Now it's trying to shoot. I don't know what the heck's going on. Oh well. Oh, Clannad. I guess this one actually is true. Clannad is confirmed to not work. Very unfortunate. So let's try Ley-Line 1. I've been wanting to read this visual novel for quite a while, to be honest. I backed the Kickstarter and everything. But I believe Sekai Project on their site said that this doesn't work. And oh, this one's showing an error. Well, that is very unfortunate. Yeah, I'm just gonna see what's not working. Damn. Yeah, Sekai Project has a list of visual novels that they kind of update to see if their visual novels they publish on Steam are working. And this was the Ley-Line trilogy is noted to not work, which is unfortunate. But kind of wanted to see for myself and just so we can prove. So they can prove it first. Okay, this one's actually showing a prompt. Let's not do full screen just out of curiosity. Okay, I guess I'll wait about like a half a minute, and if it doesn't, nothing happens, I'll probably just abort because it usually doesn't take this long. Yeah, screw it. Let's just get out. That sucks. I actually really wanted to read this visual novel, but whatever. Alright, next let's do cross-channel. Yeah, I know people don't really like any of the 3 English translations, but I actually read the original Amaterasu one, and I think I got the Moe novel version gifted or something, so... Oh, but this one seems to be working. Has the pull top prompt. Sounds good so far. All right. Yep, this looks pretty good. All right. Good enough for me. So cross channel good. Daresora. Oh, this is an interesting one because it was published by Soul Press, who is basically now dead. But Daresora is a volume-based visual novel, and honestly, I don't really like them, and I was gifted Daresora Volume 1 basically, and I thought it was really boring. Like it was kind of setting up for something, but didn't lead up to anything, and the rest of the volumes didn't even get English translated, but yeah, they got released in Japan, and people didn't even like it there either, so kind of unfortunate, because I believe there's this other the writer kind of had a popular dark visual novel, so maybe that's why people cared about this at first, but kind of sucks it turned out to be nothing. But so far it seems like Daresora episode 1 is working at least. Well, I guess if you're really interested in Daresora episode 1 volume 1, you can check it out on Steam if you're still somehow able to buy it. Alright, let's do Dies Irae, Amente. So if I recall, this actually has like a little unskippable opening, so I'll see if I can if we can first of all, let's see if we can see it. So far, it seems to be okay, though. Okay. Yep, it's unskippable, but... You can't even do anything on this. This one will let you. Oh well, that's fine. I think the fact that it's playing this little monologue opening thingy is probably a good enough sign. Probably good. Alright, Doki Doki Literature Club. Basically the most mainstream visual novel one can think of these days. This is a good sign, at least. That seems fine. I don't even think I have any. Shoot. So one thing I've kind of figured out recently is I don't know how to make a keyboard show up. Like you can make a keyboard show up when you're on the Steam Deck menu, but for some reason it's not in game. So there's probably a way to do it, but I just can't figure it out. But I'm guessing if I could get past that part, I could continue reading. But fortunately, I can't. Whatever. All right, even sharp. There were only 2 on the planet. What the heck? How do I try to... Oh, I pressed right click and it actually made everything show. Okay. Maybe this doesn't do full screen very well, but whatever, let's try this. Oh, dang it. Oh, okay, never mind. This is actually autoplay. Alright, well, it seems to be working. Good enough for me. So, I would go to Evenicle, but it kind of has an NSFW banner, so I'm not going to go into it. So, let's go to Evenicle, the Evenicle II Trial. Kind of sucks that it got banned off Steam. The full version got banned off Steam, but, you know, whatever. Not much you can do. Okay. Okay. Oh, seems to be good. Yeah, and I haven't really played Evenicle 1 or 2, so I don't really know what the gameplay is like. So I don't see. I mean, at least the Evenicle II Trial is working. So I guess if you want to give the trial a try, but before getting the full version on like one of the many other visual novel stores, I guess you can get it. Evenicle, so cool. All right, next is Everlasting Summer. Apparently, this is some people's first visual novel, and it was made in a European country. Was it Russian? I don't remember which Europe country made this, but I never actually read it, so I was kind of interested in trying it out. The game has small text oh, that's why it's not supported. Okay, let's see how small we talking. I always thought it was funny. This game somehow got away with having Miku Hatsune because I'm pretty sure she's a copyrighted character. Then I think this visual novel is free, so maybe that's why they got away with it. Who knows? I don't know. Text looks perfectly fine to me, or at least based on that. Okay, no, there's the music. Oh, this is an interesting menu. Okay. Well, let's just view the actual text to see if they're actually right. Oh, never mind. I can kind of... You'd have to, like, really zoom in to read that. But honestly, I could probably make... I'm sure there's, like, settings, so... As long as you can get over that, you could try Everlasting Summer, I guess. Alright, Fault Milestone 1. I mean... This game is on Switch, or his visual novel is on Switch, so I don't see why it couldn't work on Steam Deck. It's pretty low budget game, so if it doesn't work, I'll be very surprised, to be honest. Well, color me very surprised. What the heck? Really? Hold on, let me make sure this isn't like a fluke. Let's try this again. Well, wow. I guess whenever I decide to read this visual novel, because I'm reading it on Switch, that is weird. How is this? This seems like the perfect game to work. I would work on Steam Deck, but oh well. All right, Find Love or Die Trying. This was a kind of sort of big Western developed visual novel like a year or two. Yeah, it looks like about a year ago. Seemed like a fun enough concept, I guess. Let's see if this one works. And it's 100% free, so if this interests you, try to give it a try. Okay, it's just taking a while. Okay. Seems like it's working. Okay, this is probably one of those, just want to see some sprites or something. Oh, okay, that's good. Good enough for me. The unfortunate thing about a lot of Western-made visual novels, they don't have enough budget to get voice acting, so that was kind of one thing that's kind of made me not as interested in reading Western visual novels, but I do want to at least give this one a try since it got kind of popular. All right, The First Flowers. This one is apparently Steam supported, so let's see. Yeah, this is one of the first English translated girls' love or Yuri visual novels, and I know a lot of people who like it. Apparently, it's like a slice of life drama, or maybe it's some wholesome, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. But since it's Steam Deck verified and people like it, now's probably a good chance for me to actually give it a fair shot whenever I can get to it. Seems to be working. Seems to be fine. It's like one of those weird openings where you have to skip through the text. Just want to see a text box. Oh, there we go. Oh. Just gonna try to skip a little bit. Oh yeah, this thing has instant. Oh. Yep, well, it seems to be working, so that's good. Alright, Fruit of Grisaia, one of the older popular English translated visual novels, claims it doesn't work on Steam Deck, so let's see how true that actually is. That'd be very unfortunate, because Fruit of Grisaia is still like one of the more popular visual novels I can think of with its popular drama and its well-liked protagonists, well-liked female characters and stuff. So we'll see. Full screen, I guess. Seems so okay so far. Whoa, there's a little black parching, but it seems okay so far. Whoa, what the heck? Well, let's see what happens. Yeah. What the heck? Oh wow, that is some very unfortunate, well, let's see what happens when we actually try to read. Does it impede your actual reading? Oh. Yeah, that is very unfortunate. Well, that sucks. Must be some weird engine issues or something. That's unfortunate. Hello Lady. Another one that claims doesn't work well on Steam Deck, so let's see what happens when we actually try it. Okay, seems okay so far. Yeah, I don't know, seems pretty okay so far. I wonder if this is like one of those where you have to watch the opening first to see if it actually works. I don't know. Seems to be working fine to me. Oops. Well, let me. Some weirdness, but you can still use the left click button to go through text. So I don't know. Seems like it's working fine to me. but maybe I'll have to go through more. But at least for the first go through, seems like it's worth trying. Himawari. I know a few people that are really big on this visual novel, but other than that, it kind of feels like more like one of those like sleeper hit titles that apparently has some like interesting drama or something. But to be honest, I don't know much about it besides like knowing what the main female looks like. Okay, seems this again. Front wing looks like front wing engines have these weird issues on Steam Deck. Very unfortunate. So I guess we're gonna see more black screens and stuff while we're reading text. Yep, that is very unfortunate. Damn. Oh well, I was like kind of interested in Himawari, but well, can't have it all, I guess. Oh, okay, and this one's currently there's no status, so well, I wonder if there's a way I can report to Steam that it doesn't work. Alright, Hoshizora no Memoria. I read this one long ago, and I did support the Kickstarter for it, so I was able to get my own Steam version, but let's see how well it actually works on Steam. I haven't checked. I think Sekai Project has whatever their status is, or whatever status is on their website, but I don't remember what it was off the top of my head, and obviously Steam hasn't verified it one way or another, so let's just see how it works out. Yeah, I guess it took a while to synchronize to the cloud. Huh? Whoa. Ooh. Why are the graphics so ripply? Okay, now it's not? Okay, let's open up the... Oh yeah, I think this had like a little text at the beginning. Oh no. Oh, this engine's kind of wonky on this. Oh, yeah, you can see it's supposed to be a black screen covering the whole thing, but you can still see the grass, so whatever. Huh? I mean, outside that weird beginning seems fine. Oh wait, this is I have this in. Let me skip through. Oh. Oops. Well, okay, I guess this doesn't work. That sucks. Well, maybe I should probably should have tried to do some skip text on some of these to make sure, but oh well. Ooh, the meme visual novel. Good old memes. Well, I didn't think this was the worst thing I ever read, but obviously it was honestly pretty cringe. But you know, I guess after Doki Doki Literature Club kind of became a meme, other companies, including KFC, apparently have to jump in on the visual novel meme for some reason, because that's the only way. Apparently, the only way visual novels can get big in the West when they're being made fun of. So, oh, at least KFC basically made it free. So even if you read it for like 3 to 5 hours or so, it was at least you didn't. At least you could say you didn't waste money reading it if you didn't end up not liking it. On-screen keyboard? Dude, oh, is this one of the... Oh, that's right, you do have to enter... Man, why do these Western visual novels have so many places you have to enter text? Ooh, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Won't let me skip this part. I don't really want to... It's kind of annoying. Yeah, I don't feel like this. Okay. Hey, whatever. So I'm guessing for these things, you probably need some like kind of Bluetooth keyboard or something. But unfortunately, I do not have one of those. So if you ever want to read something like DDLC or KFC, you're gonna need something like that. Ooh, If My Heart Had Wings, one of my all-time favorites. I know the original gets hate because of like all the stuff they censored and removed, but honestly, If My Heart Had Wings seems like one of those stories that seems so good, even with all the censorship. It can still tell a really solid story. So honestly, I wouldn't be against recommending the all ages version to the right people, especially since this type of version would only be available on Switch. And apparently, this visual novel got popular long before the retranslation patch came out. So, I think it's probably one of the first translated Japanese-made visual novels on Steam. So, explains like why it was like one of Moe novels' most popular and stuff. Just kind of I still think the meme about the 13-year-old French girl is hilarious though. Oh, no, I don't. No, not Chinese. I want to do English. So yeah, one of the newer patches they did was add a Chinese version to If My Heart Had Wings in particular. So if you want to read that in Chinese, you can. That was added like funny enough, it was added like a little after the retranslation patch was, or a little before the retranslation patch release. So we had to make a patch around that. So kind of interesting coincidence. The audio comments, I don't know if the audio just is really loud, it sounds scratchy, but overall seems fine. Okay, since I already read the story, I want to see if it actually shows like the windmill part, because that's like the first kind of CG thing. Okay, so at least shows this part. So this is one of the few times I'm like, okay, so it shows the road fine. Kind of, it's kind of laggy, but showing up. Okay, I just want to get to this part. Yeah, this is what I wanted to see. Oops. Yeah, there's... Okay, it's gonna... Should close in. Oh, seems perfectly fine to me. That's great, because especially if you can get the 18 plus retranslation patch to work on this, that'd be awesome. So... Yeah, I'm really glad this visual novel is available to be on Steam Deck. So it's one of my all-time favorites, and even with the bias, even if you take out the bias of me working on the retranslation patch, it was still one of my favorites. So, speaking of If My Heart Had Wings, let's do the fan disc Flight Diary. Speaking of which, I wonder if Moe Novel's even going to translate Snow Presence, since that's basically apparently a Kotori Nukige, but I know Snowy Ryujin is slowly doing their own patch of the Japanese version, so hopefully we get to read that soon. I mean, I'm not like exceptionally hyped for it, but I'll read it because I like the If My Heart Had Wings series enough, and I like Flight Diary was a pretty good fan disc, although I would say it's mostly worth for the Kotori and Amane sequel routes, because those are really good, and everything else can kind of range from okay to decent, I guess. Ooh, it looks like they added Chinese for this one, so let's change this to English. Yeah, let's restart. Okay. Seems like it's working just fine. Oh yeah, the Akari DLC. Yeah, let's just go with that one. Whatever. Yep, seems to be just fine. Nice. Unfortunately, his Flight Diary does not have an 18 plus patch, and seems like no one plans on making one, but I still think Flight Diary is a great visual novel on its own without the 18 plus stuff, so I'm glad both of them seem to be working just fine. Next, Iwaihime. One of the Ryukishi visual novels not by 07th expansion, so I've heard this is actually a pretty good horror visual novel, but it's not going to be a similar... The style's going to be different from Higurashi and Umineko, but should still have Ryukishi-isms, but we'll see. I know it got Steam Deck verified, so I'm pretty confident it's going to work and look just fine. Oh yeah, this one was actually licensed by Shira Vune before they changed the name. They used to, well, funny story. They used to be called Shira VN, which I guess they're trying to make a pun on VN, like the visual novel, but then they tried to make the pun a little bit more subtle with Vune. So enter key, which is this for me. Actually, I think I read the demo of this, so I just have to go through the same part that I did a while ago. But okay, I just want to see if I want to see if the which one sprite show. Okay, all I wanted to see. I'll mess with text speed and stuff, but it's nice to know Iwaihime works. Kindred Spirits on the Roof. Another Yuri or Girls Love visual novel I've been pretty interested in. This one has an unknown status, so hoping this one works. I mean, Flowers works, so now if this actually works, I should get multiple options for Yuri VMs on Sneo. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting this is made by Liarsoft. Huh. I didn't know there's a little skip here. Okay. Seems to be working just fine. Okay, just want to see. I know there's got to be. I'm guessing this is just the main character by herself. Yep. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. I think this visual novel. Does it use more CGs over sprites? Oh, I guess control is not just auto skip text, so I'm just kind of YOLOing right now. I just want to see if... whatever. I think it's fine. That's good. Alright. Kinkoi Golden Lover Reach. Or, aka the fan disc. So, if you don't already know, there's kind of a spoil... If you, I think one of the main appeals of the fan disc is there's a cool alternate universe route, but I won't say what for the sake of spoilers. But okay, seems like it's working. Let's just go to the prologue, whatever. Since this is a fan disc, I'm soon just gonna have spoilers from the original, so I'll try not to show too much. Just want to see some text. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I think that's a good sign. So, unfortunately, I did not get the original on Steam, so I might have to do desktop mode to read the original. But I have read a little bit of it, and it was pretty funny from what I saw. So, but good to know that the fan disc works just fine. So this is a really short, I guess you can call it fan disc of Grisaia, where it just has skits of the main 5 girls kind of interacting. I think before Yuji even showed up. So. I'm going to assume it's going to be like the other Front Wing visual novels. It's going to have some funny black bars showing up all over the place, but we'll see. Full screen, I guess? Actually, it seems like... Why is this one working okay? What the heck? Is it because I went full screen? Oh, man, I have to look into that later. Hello? Oh. Well, that's awkward. Oh, never mind. That was weird. Was there supposed to be like an opening movie or something? Oh well. I just want to see a sprite. Okay. God dang it, be true. Okay, thank you. Well, I guess at least you can read the... That is fucking jing weird. Oh well. At least you can read this little fan disc if you haven't yet. Okay, so Love, Money, Rock and Roll apparently was a very it's made by the same developers as Everlasting Summer. They apparently promised it several years ago, and it came out. But as I said earlier, I haven't read Everlasting Summer, so I only have the demo just out of curiosity. But demos are free, so thankfully you can still try out demos. Or you can do English and whatever that other language is. So the issue with Everlasting Summer was that the text was really small, but we'll see if that transfers over to this. Okay. A little small, but definitely bigger than it was Everlasting. So honestly, I'd say that's pretty good. Oops. I meant to close it. Alright, that's good. Ooh, one of my all-time favorite visual novel, Majikoi. And this one is actually completely Steam Deck verified, so which is weird because a bunch of older visual novels are having issues like Grisaia and Clannad, but I mean this was made originally in 2010, so maybe Jast must have worked their magic by fixing the engine up to work better. So that's great. I'm always happy to see more people get the opportunity to read Majikoi. It's just a really great time. I don't know why they never they didn't translate the. Okay, so keep in mind this is gonna be the version where only like 10 of the characters of the whole big cast have voice acting, or no, 9 characters. So if we see the beginning, a couple of the characters aren't gonna have voice acting, so that's part of the design, unfortunately, of how Jast was able to get it released. No, let's. Yep. Yeah, so Momoyo is obviously part of the main cast, so she gets to talk. Yeah, see, unfortunately, Tenshin does not get to talk, and neither does Ageha, which is extremely unfortunate, but there is a fan patch to put those back in, but can't really talk about that right now, but good, at least, as long as people don't mind, you could read the visual novel, just 9 characters voiced. They are the most recurring characters, just some of the characters and jokes are a lot funnier with voice acting, so oh well. I might make another video to put in patches like these, but for now, let's just keep going. See, I would do Making Lovers After Stories, but the title screen kind of has a lewd part of it, and I'm just trying to be very careful of what potentially lewd stuff I show, but I actually checked it earlier, and it did confirm it to be working, so just take my word for it. Meteor World Actor. Ooh. I've actually been holding off reading this, even though I like the original. I've been holding off because it got on Steam, and I was excited that it did, but it's sad that the original didn't. But let's see how well this looks, because this is one of the newest visual novels like made in Japan on my lists, so we'll see how well the Steam Deck handles super new engines, because I think Meteor World Actor's engines have the full HD resolution, so we'll see how that works out here. Small. Did it have small text? Well, I guess we'll see. I wonder how it detects that. Does it just like read? Seems worth refreshing. Let's see how small it actually is. I don't know. Looks pretty good so far. What the heck are they talking about? It's perfectly fine. Hey, this looks great. I'm actually really excited to read this now. I mean, I know that Badge and Dagger wasn't as liked as the original, especially since there's only 2 routes, and it's in typical Kinugasa style. He likes to freaking have his he likes to have his open-ended endings, but good to know that it seems to be good. Actually let me see some text or see some sprites. Okay, all right, good enough for me. This is exciting. I'm actually really excited to read Badge and Dagger, knowing that it's gonna end in a cliffhanger. Okay, oh, dang it! Hey, let's do that. Let's go to Muv-Luv, the OG with extra and unlimited. what happened? I know I got this like before like the Age became the publisher instead of Sekai, so I don't know if that affects this or not, but I still have this version, and I don't think I have the apparent hidden, quote unquote, hidden 18 plus patch for Muv Extra and Unlimited. So let's see how well this works, because Muv-Luv is technically a really old game, because Age's original engine was like 640 and apparently had issues running on anything past Windows 7. But the Steam version is on a new engine, so it can work on like all the later Windows operating systems. So I'd assume it would work, but you never know. Oh, I must have had like this must be a cloud save, but I just want to see a spray. Oh, this is gonna be the yep. Yeah. Hey, where's the did I check that? Where's the voice acting? Hold on, did I like turn it off for some reason? Yeah, I did. What the heck was I doing? Okay, so false alarm. Can I go back to the main menu? I kind of want to start. Oh, it was basically the way beginning, so whatever. I don't want to see the opening, but good to know that it seems like it was going to start. All right. Well, I'm glad people can enjoy pretty much one of the highest rated Muv-Luv, or one of the highest rated visual novel series of all time. Let's go to Muv-Luv Alternative, what I believe is still the top rated visual novel on VNDB, and not quite on Arrow Gamescape, but still pretty high up there. This is basically the go-to quote unquote kamige that people recommend. So I mean, if Muv-Luv Extra and Unlimited work, I don't see why Alternative is, especially since, like I said earlier, they redid the engine so it can work on operating systems past Windows 7. So oh, what the? I was not. Was I? I must have been testing something. So, oh well. Muv-Luv Alternative is a very, very spoilery story, so I'm not gonna look for it. So, look, as I predicted, still working, so that's good. All right, now I have to do Photon Flowers. Honestly, I've only got this because I wanted to see a Sumika after story from Extra, because Sumika is my favorite girl from Muv-Luv. But I kind of rage quit at this stupid part where Takeru and Sumika were fighting over what sauce they prefer, and Sumika was being really, really unreasonable, which kind of made me a little bit upset. But since I'm basically done, maybe I can actually get back to it. In fact, that'd be funny if it loads up on this scene, because I'm pretty sure that yep. Okay, yeah, I think that's basically where I was, so man, I might even just read it tomorrow just to get it over with, but yeah, good to know that all the Muv-Luvs I have are working. My Fair Princess, another visual novel by Soul Press. So unfortunately, yeah, I think you can still buy this visual novel since PSoft probably doesn't know Soul Press is dead or they don't care, but okay, so this is a weird one where I think this visual novel had issues if you try to play it directly, so you need the locale emulation. At least that's what I did when I played on PC, so let's try that to be sure. And if it doesn't work, I can try it on directly. Maybe it might work better on Steam Deck, but I'm just gonna go the safe route and do what worked for me on PC. Oh, this one's taken a while, but I guess yeah. So if you're worried about why some of these starting launch screens take a while, I'm guessing when you're after installing something for the first time, Steam has to do some extra things to make sure it works. So after it does this starting launch thing for the first time, anytime you reopen a game, it should just load like pretty quickly. Like I'm gonna be honest, a couple of the visual novels I opened up earlier actually tried earlier, but I ran into an issue where I had to start re-recording. So a lot of the some of the visual novels you saw first time quirks for I didn't show like how long it took to load and other things you had to install, so you didn't see it. But this is actually taking even longer than usual. So let me try to rerun this, but directly, and see if that makes a difference. Yeah, I can't remember why Soul Press added this locale emulation thing. I'm guessing. Oh, I think yeah, I think maybe when they're testing, they must have tested while they were on Japanese locale, and then if you're on English locale, which I am on Steam, it refuses to work. But if locale emulation doesn't even work on this, that's kind of concerning. I'll give this another 30 seconds or 15 to 30 seconds. If it doesn't work, then I'll just consider it a bust and just move on. Big deal. Yeah, it's clearly not working. Whatever. Thankfully, I already read it, and honestly, this visual novel was pretty okay, decent, I guess. Like it got the job done. Narcissu. So I read the first one a long time ago, but I never actually. Whoa, that was very, very instant. I forgot this visual novel is really tight. Wait, what if I want to read? Yeah, like I said, I read first a long time ago, but I never actually read side seconds. So this is gonna be a weird one to test because the style's a little bit different than other visual novels. But why not? Let's do side second. It's technically a prequel anyway. Oh yeah, this has an interesting thing where you can actually choose the translation you want. But it looks like for this one, there's just Agulus and Japanese. So obviously voiced if given the choice. I've rarely seen a visual novels these days actually give you the option. Okay. Sounds. Oh, at least sound effects are working. Just want to see someone talk. As you can see, Narcissus has a unique presentation where there's barely any sprites. A lot of it's just backgrounds, and there is. Okay, there's voice. Yeah, so if they're going to show characters, they usually show like these like brief mini CGs of them, but yeah, that I wasn't really honestly wasn't really a big fan of Narcissu because of the presentation style, partly because of the storytelling, but some people like side second more, so maybe I'll give it a chance eventually. All right, Nekopara Volume 0. This is an all ages release, so I shouldn't have to worry about random H scenes typical of the fan service nature of the Nekopara series. Okay. I think this is verified anyway. So. Yeah, for all the Cat Girl fans out there, well, you got your Cat Girl visual novel. It looks like it works well on Steam Deck, so great. Oh yeah, and Shigure's there too, I guess. Whatever. Yeah, I forgot how if Nekopara Volume 4 starts with an HD not, so I'm not even gonna try it, but it's Steam Deck verified, and if 0 worked, I assume 1 through 4 works. So I'll just leave it at that. And as for why I have 0 and 4, but not 1 through 3, I got 1 through 3 through Dempasoft because I just figured, well, I'm gonna get the Aerogate version, might as well support the one already patched in. But you know, ever since the Steam Deck was announced, I've been slowly getting more visual novels on Steam. So, anyways, let's go to Noritoto or Princess the Stray Cat in Matters of the Heart. Oops, wrong. So, man, it feels like it's been a while since they did the Yuki partial fan translation 18 plus patch. So, I don't even know if that patch is still ongoing, so it'd be nice because this seems like a fun visual novel, but honestly, Yuki is a Gyaru childhood friend, so maybe I'd just be fine reading her out anyway. Seems to be working fine to me. Yep. Okay. Let's see some sprites. Oh, I can't skip. Okay. What? That to I guess is control not a. Oh, let me do I guess he can't do control. Okay, works for me. I might have to edit my save because I think I was testing something out and it has my old save where I can skip text, but that's fine. Ooh, Rewrite Plus. This one's Steam Deck verified already, but I know Sekai Project has done a lot of bug fixes and engine fixes, so I really hope that's true because, as you can tell, as a big KOTORI fan, obviously I recommend Rewrite Plus, and it's just a very solid story overall, different from most key visual novel stories because it was written by Romeo Tanaka instead of Jun Maeda or whoever the Summer Pockets writer was trying to clearly emulate whatchamacallit, Jun Maeda. Man, I mean, I'm happy Rewrite Plus works, but kind of unfortunate this works, but Clannad doesn't at all. I wonder if it's just because Rewrite Plus was technically a newer release because it came after Rewrite and packaged with Harvest Fest to have like a bunch of new editions. Okay, see if I do classic, because I know the intro has like some let's just see it. It's gonna have Kotaro or whatever talking about some stuff. Oh, cool! I can skip it. Okay, just want to hear Yoshino be his good old Chuni self. Screw it! Let's just skip to Kotori. Oh no! You have to go through some mappy. Oh yeah, let's see how mappy would work on this. So thankfully, with this, well, in Rewrite Plus, they made it really easy to just go to the auto skip to the next destination. Just click map. And Matthew was kind of weird. Kind of felt honestly, kind of. There she is. And let's give her money this time. Alright. I got what I wanted. Let's go. Right. Great. Rewrite Plus works. Excellent. Very excellent. Ooh, Riddle Joker. So I noticed this one as I was going through my Steam Deck that this one is not supported officially, so I'm kind of curious what's wrong with the opening video. Guess I'll find out. Which is weird because Cafe Stella worked just fine, so I don't know why Riddle Joker would not. Their engines aren't that much different, I would think. Looks perfectly fine so far. I do not see the issue so far. Is it? Oh, so it doesn't like the enter key, but you can still left click to advance text. I don't know. Yeah, so I guess the only issue is it has some issues with button presses, but you can advance text completely fine, so good enough for me. I consider it a pass. Okay, Skyfall Stars. Ooh, man, I hope the 18 plus patch for this comes soon. I know a lot of people are holding back, but I personally really like this visual novel, even without it. Like, I honestly don't think it's needed. Like, it's not like If My Hearted Wings, where Ageha's route was clearly written around the H stuff. This has none of that, so you could easily read Skyfall Stars without the 18 plus content if you really want. There is the machine translation patch, but generally don't recommend that because it's pretty unreadable. It makes the H scenes really unreadable, basically. Oh man, they is it really going to be in the how come If My Heart Wings Works but not Sky Full of Stars? Is the engine really that much harder to read? Man, that is very depressing if that's true. Dang it. That sucks. Oh, I guess it does say it's not verified, so just straight up one of those ones that doesn't even work. Very, 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 very unfortunate. Okay, I think we don't have too many left, so let's Star Melody, You Made Me Dreamer. So the only reason I know about this visual novel is because I believe Bruce Gone Loose did a review on this where he hated it, and I realized it's by the same publisher who made Symphonic Rain, which is one of my favorite visual novels. So apparently the first few episodes was pretty, so I'm like, you know what? Let's see how supposedly bad it is. Well, I think that was made before. I think it's already fully released now, but wait, really? Hold on. So it gets past the title screen, or it gets past the intros, but you won't show you the title screen? Wait, so what? Okay. Oh, yeah, it hates the title screen. Okay, good to know. Well, I guess I wasn't that interested in this visual novel anyway, but good to know for anyone who's interested. Summer Pockets. So this one says it's playable, so we'll see what that means. Man, just keep in mind, this is Summer Pockets, the original, not Reflection Blue, so it won't have the new 4 routes and all the new stuff, so if you could somehow get Reflection Blue on desktop mode, you could probably prefer to do that, but if you already have this, and apparently people say Summer Pockets original is completely readable on its own already, so yeah. So far it seems like at least 2/3 of the key visual novels I tried seem to work just fine. And let's keep it. Oh. No? Sure, why not? Let's try this. Decide. Like this? What the heck is this? Okay. Whoa. Okay. I guess that's what they mean. So there's some weird font issues with this one, it seems. That sucks. Well, I'll the best of that later, but I guess it's playable, but not readable unless you somehow have that font they were recommending. Ooh, Symphonic Rain. This is another one of my all-time favorite visual novels, but I'm really sad that apparently it's not supported, so we'll see what happens. Let's see what exactly is the issue. Because this is one of those visual novels I really wish more people read. I actually got the Steam version because Kogato, or the publisher, was... Wow. What? I've not seen this screen in freaking forever. What the heck? Wait, what? Oh, so what isn't working is the... I think that was the title screen. Wow, so the title screen doesn't open. Or just... Alright, let me try let me just try the... Actually, let me try this thing, the mini game. I don't have this map. I just want to see if I can actually even start it up. I don't. Okay, well, if you can somehow I'm sure you can use the back buttons to map. There's you can use these buttons maybe. So that might be able to work if you can make it work. Okay, I just want to now I want to check out the whatchamacallit. Yep, so this hates... So at least you can skip this, apparently. I did it earlier. Okay, let's... So can we actually read... Hey, Arietta, Vesco. Okay. So I guess as long as you don't mind not being able to see the opening, it's probably fine. Wait, no, stop. I don't want to do this. Okay. Seems playable enough to me. Okay, Tomoyo After. Well, Clannad didn't work, but Tomoyo After came somewhat after, so let's see if they changed that. I haven't actually read this, and honestly, I got this. The ending got spoiled for me, and that made me even less interested. Because normally I don't mind some spoilers for me, but what I heard from the spoiler ending, or spoiler about the ending, did not sit well with me. So I'm just not gonna. I mean, I might check it out anyway, but the live scene, I'm not really that interested. But at least this actually seems to be working, unlike Clannad. But yeah, because Clannad, the sound wasn't even working, but this. Oh yeah, I forgot Tomoya actually has voice acting. I guess that's what happens when you're not. Because okay, keep in mind, Tomoyo After was actually originally an 18+ Eroge, which is kind of funny. So he used to make 18+ versions for everything, including canon and air, were originally Eroge. But Clannad wasn't an Eroge, but Tomoyo After was originally, but then the Steam version obviously isn't. So kind of funny how that worked, but I just want to see. Okay, well, I guess if you've read Clannad already, but you haven't read Tomoyo After, you could do that on the Steam Deck. Tempted to try Umineko Federation, but let's just do the original. Oh man, we're gonna have these unique Steam graphics. No, Umineko Pro. I know there's a YouTube video about playing or reading the Umineko Project version with the PS3 sprites, but this is just the pure Steam version, which I assume is gonna have the NVL format and these unique Steam sprites that don't exist anywhere else. Man, stuff's class. It's classic. It's like I'm reading it back in 2010 when it was releasing in Japan episodically. Unfortunately, there's gonna be. It's gonna have. It's so weird to have no voice acting and to have NVL. I'm so used to the Umineko Project that has voice acting and stuff, but at least no matter which version you read, you get the awesome music and the amusing story, and you'll get the Viach's iconic laugh and all that stuff. So if you, for some weird reason, can't read the Umineko Project version of this, I'd say the original is still perfectly readable. You'll have to really enjoy the music and the character sprites and stuff. Oh, so good to know that at least runs. So I'm sure if you can get the Umineko Project to work through desktop mode, that means you should be able to enjoy Umineko. So that's good. Under One Ring, one of my personal underrated visual novels. It's basically a mix of If My Heart Had Wings and Alcana, but like maybe not as crazy as both of them, but it has some pretty fun stuff that's not in either of them, like Kazusa, easily my favorite Tsundere visual novels. And what visual novel can you think of that has fighter plane mock battles, like as a slice of life premise? That's pretty cool to me. Unfortunately, this visual novel was published by Soul Press and can't read it anymore. Or you can't buy it anymore, too. Seems to work. Oh. Can you not advance text through enter? That's what I have, or that's what I should have mapped. Let's double checking. Yeah, I guess you can't use the enter button to advance text, so left click to this. Okay. So that's like playable, but I don't know, it works well. So if you can somehow get Under One Wing on Steam, perfectly readable. Udowaru Umano. So this is actually Steam Deck verified, but this is a very popular series and I got gifted the original, this is a remake of the first. I don't have 2 and 3 yet, but those are the ones people really like. But it's still good to see what these look like in action on Steam Deck, knowing that it's verified. So it does play the opening. That's good. Okay. Yep, looks perfectly fine, but oh yeah, this isn't in the traditional visual novel, so you can't skip text, but I'm gonna say that good enough. It's verified and everything, so good enough for me. Okay. Okay, this is Watamari. This is a Sekai Project just released a demo of this. We don't know when the full version's coming out just yet, but this is yet another Yuri Girls Love visual novel, so I still haven't finished one, so this is just another option for me to consider finishing, assuming this works. Okay, so we have Japanese, Chinese, and English. Yes. Okay. Oh! Well, that's interesting. Guess they really want people to advertise this visual novel when it comes out. It's a trial version on next. Oh, yeah. Well, yes, I don't know what. Do they ever change text between the trial and the full version? Works good for me. Let's go. Okay, so the last one I want to try is Subahebi or Wonderful Everyday. This one kind of worries me because it says it's confirmed to not work on, is unsupported. So, and this, if you don't patch in this the full content, all you have is chapter 1, which I guess you could say I did read a Yuri visual novel in this case. I read chapter 1 of Wonderful Everyday, but I haven't really read past that. So if you can find a way to patch in the new content, and assuming it works, then you should be able to read it. But first, let's see if you can even read this first chapter, which is basically all Yuri. Seems fine so far. Oh shoot! It's Front Wing. No, Front Wing. Did Front Wing didn't develop it? It must be the publisher. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Front Wing did publish it. What? But this. But this. I was gonna say this is the all ages version. But why would they change it? Because they probably assume people would want to. Seems to be just fine so far. Man, I really don't like these unskippable openings, but this is kind of a popular visual novel, so I'll kind of let it rock, I guess. I mean, outside the fact that this unskippable text is kind of annoying, it seems like it's Subahebi working just fine so far. Though, of course, this is without the 18 full content patch, I should say. So, we'll definitely have to. This is definitely one of those where I have to do a second test to make sure a full patch version of visual novels work. And I do want to do a patch about that eventually. Or sorry, a video on that eventually, but right now, just focusing on what you can do outside the box, and I guess overall, I'd say the vast majority, you could at least read, at least the first 5 to 10 minutes. I don't know much about that, but there's only a small handful that just refuse to work with by the first 5 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. I still don't know why it says unsupported. It's looking like it's working just fine. Oh, yeah, this is one of the most iconic CGs and songs. Yeah, well, I'm gonna leave it at that. So, yeah, there you have it. I've tested a little over 50 visual novels. Unfortunately, there are a few I'm able to show for various reasons, but I basically was able to test all the ones I had on my Steam library, just by default. So, hopefully this was pretty informative. You got to see how a Steam Deck loads up things, potential errors that would show up, potential reasons why a visual novel wouldn't work, and stuff like that. So, yeah. I'm thinking of making more Steam Deck related visual novel videos sometime in the future, but for now, starting with this kind of off the cuff, all over the me quickly testing 50 or so visual novels. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have any input on the visual novels I tried, if you have any thoughts on the Steam Deck and visual novels, feel free to leave a comment below. See you guys later.